Every single day you send a ton of messages out into the world. We're talking emails, calls, and yeah, probably a lot of cat videos. They just arrive in an instant. But they don't just teleport. Nope, they take a real physical journey. And today we're going to pull back the curtain and follow one simple message on its incredible invisible trip across the globe.
I mean, seriously, have you ever stopped to think about it? You speak into your phone, and somehow someone on a completely different continent hears you almost immediately. How is that even possible? What kind of invisible highway is your voice traveling on? Well, today we're going to solve that mystery together.
So, to keep things simple, we're going to follow the adventure of a single word, hello. That's it. We're going to track it from the very moment it's spoken all the way to when it's heard, step by step. This little word, well, it's the hero of our story.
And here it is. This is our map. Now, I know, it might look a little technical, but don't worry about that. This is just the step-by-step blueprint for how any message makes its journey, from a sender to a receiver. We're just going to use this to guide us through every single stage.
Okay, first things first. Our little hello can't just travel through the air as a sound wave. It has to be translated, converted into a language that machines can actually understand and send. This is the prep phase, getting our message all suited up for its epic voyage.
The whole journey starts, of course, at the message source. This is just where the message is born. For our hero, hello, the source is a human voice. But it could just as easily be a TV camera grabbing an image or your fingers typing out an email.
Next up, that message hits something called an input transducer. This thing is a super important translator. Its whole job is to take the physical message, like the actual sound waves of your voice, and turn it into an electrical signal. The best way to think about it? It's a microphone. It hears your voice, and bam, it turns it into electricity.
So now we've got an electrical signal, but it's not ready for a long trip just yet. It needs to get prepped at the transmitter. Think of this part as the launch pad. It modifies or modulates the signal. Basically, it gives our hello a piggyback ride on a much stronger wave that can travel a really long way without getting lost. It's packing our messages bags for the trip.
And this is what they usually look like in the real world. Not some huge clunky machine, but these small, really complex circuit boards. It's pretty amazing when you realize that all these big ideas are actually powered by these tiny physical components that make our whole connected world work.
Okay, our message is translated and it's prepped for launch. Now comes the actual journey. This is the part where it travels through the physical world from point A to point B. This is the signal's epic voyage.
But hey, every epic voyage needs a villain, right? In telecommunications, that villain is called noise, and you've definitely experienced it. Think about a crackly phone line or a fuzzy TV signal. That's just random static and interference attacking our signal all along its journey, trying to mess up our original hello. The entire system is built to fight this chaos.
So, where does this big battle happen? It all goes down in what's called the channel. That's just the name for the physical path the signal takes on its way to the destination.
And there are a few main types of these pathways. Messages can travel through physical wires, like the twisted pair or coaxial cables you might have seen. Or they can zip through super fast optical fibers as flashes of light. Or they can just fly through the air itself as radio waves. Let's take a quick look at each one.
So one of the fastest channels out there is optical fiber. This is where our electrical signal gets turned into tiny pulses of light that just race through these impossibly thin glass threads at, well, pretty much the speed of light. This tech right here is the true backbone of the modern internet. Or, the journey could be on more traditional paths. Coaxial cables, like the one for your cable TV, and twisted pair cables, kind of like what's used for old school phone lines and Ethernet. They both guide the electrical signal along a physical copper wire. And of course, sometimes the channel is totally invisible. For things like your cell phone or your Wi-Fi, the channel is literally the air around us. Radio towers just send the signal flying through the atmosphere as electromagnetic waves.
So, after surviving that journey through the channel and battling all that noise, our signal finally arrives at its destination. But it's not a message yet. It's still just an electrical signal that needs to be decoded and delivered.
The first stop is the receiver, and its job is to do the exact opposite of what the transmitter did. It catches that incoming signal, it cleans up as much of that noise and distortion as it possibly can, and then it reverses the modifications to get us back to our original electrical signal.
And now for the final, most crucial step. An output transducer takes that clean electrical signal and translates it back into a form that we can actually understand. A speaker turns it back into sound waves. A screen turns it back into a picture. Our hello is finally heard. Its journey is complete.
So now that we've followed the journey of one tiny message, let's zoom out a bit. All these communication systems are generally built in one of two ways. You can think of it as either a private conversation or a big public announcement.
First up, you've got point-to-point communication. This is a dedicated, two-way link. Just think of it as a private line connecting one sender directly to one receiver. It's a dialogue.
A classic telephone call is the perfect example of point-to-point, right? You're connected directly to one other person. The same idea applies when two office buildings are linked with their own private fiber or radio connection. It's all about that one-to-one link.
The other way to do it is broadcasting. And this is a one-way street. You have one super powerful transmitter sending the exact same message out to many, many receivers all at the same time. This is a monologue.
A perfect example here is satellite TV. You have a single satellite that broadcasts a signal over a huge area, and pretty much anyone with a satellite dish pointed in the right direction can pick it up. It's a classic one-to-many communication, just like old-school radio.
So there you have it. From just a simple thought to a translated signal, through a noisy, messy channel, and all the way back into meaning, that is the fundamental journey of every single message. It's this invisible, absolutely incredible process that connects our entire world. And with technology evolving at lightning speed, you just have to wonder, what new journeys will our messages take tomorrow?